Hello! Don't know why I've done that. That's weird. Anyway, what's going on, you lovely... What day is it? No, it's a Sunday. How can it be Wednesday? I'll be at work. Lovely Sunday. I've got a few little things to do today. I noticed this morning when I walked down the road to go down the shop that there was a massive oil slick going down the driveway. So obviously something's leaking. I had a quick look underneath. The sump plug that I put on the toll bit yesterday is leaking quite a lot. So I've got a new washer to put on it anyway. I bought a couple of spare washers. Hopefully just that washer's got a crack in it or something. I don't know. So I'm going to go and do that in a minute because I don't want too much. I'm just going to get the right socket for my drain plug set. It was that one I needed. So I'm going to get the right socket to fit on it, so I haven't got to take the whole socket set out there. I'm going to have a look at the oil. I never showed you lot what the oil looked like that come out of it yesterday. The oil that come out of it was quite black and smelled like fossils. I've got to look in the thing to make sure I've got enough oil to put back in it again, and then we'll be well away. But the dilemma I've got is, I've got some of this left over, 1540, this triple QX stuff, mineral oil. I've only got 2.5 litres of that, right, and I need approximately 3.5 or 4 litres in total. I think it's about 3.5 fills it up, but it doesn't matter. I need more. And the other oil that I've got, which is the oil that I put in it and I've got left over, I've got about 2 litres left over of the other 1540 oil, but it was not the same brand. It's Halford's instead, and it's not mineral, it's semi-synthetic. Trouble is, I'm toying with the idea, just temporarily, because shall I just temporarily put both in, mix it up? I'm not going to be driving it much. I just want to. I'll act a bit like a flush to flush out anything else that might be in there, and then I'll buy some more oil. And or should I just? I don't know. I might drain out what's in there into a clean tub, into a clean bucket, and put it back in again with the new sump plug. Actually, I think I'll probably do that rather than mix up the two different types of oil, because you can't really mix two different types of oil really. But then again, it's not. Is it going to be that much of a problem short term? Do you know what? Me being me, I would mix it up anyway, and I have done in the past, and there's not been any trouble. But a lot of people do say you really shouldn't mix two different types of oil. We've got semi-synthetic, and we've got this ultra mineral, wherever the hell that is. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. But I think I'm just gonna mix it up. Yeah, fuck it. Put both in, run it, let it all go round. The oil's relatively cheap anyway. I'll get a new filter, put that in it, and that'll be job done then. Lovely. Well, that's the oil that come out of it yesterday. Been sat here overnight, but smell it. Can you smell that? Oh, just smell burned. So we'll tip this away, and then we'll drain out the oil that I put in there yesterday, and see what that comes out like. Anything in there? Oh. Ah. Oh yeah. Bloody hell. Right, got to start her up, but before we do, let's move this stupid mat that someone's put in. Look. I like that. I don't know why they put it there. What was that load of cobwebs? What's underneath that one? Oh, yeah. We don't like them either, do we? Get rid of them. Get rid of that. Right. Let's get her fired up, shall we? Can we get her fired up? What are you doing with it? Look what you've done. Look what you've done now, kid. Oi. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, bloody hell, I had a lot of trouble there. You saw me, I was filming where I was taking the old oil out because the sump plug was leaking. So what I've done was I took the old oil out. Let's turn, how do we turn the lights on? I took the old oil out, but then the sump plug wouldn't go back in again. Then I dropped the bloody socket in the oil and all of that, which was completely fine. These things happen. But now it's absolutely pissing down with rain, and I mean pissing down. So I've wrapped it all up, but I quickly want to have a look inside here, right? Because I found those airbags, didn't I, the other day? I found those airbags. The pipes come up, but where they go after they come up, anyway, I ain't got a clue. So I'm going to have a quick whip round and we'll see if we can find them. They come up, I reckon, I don't know, they come up through the floor, but where on earth I've looked under here. Right, and there ain't no airbag things under it. I'm looking for a nipple, like a little control. It might even have a gauge on it, but I'm looking just for a nipple. That's where you put the air in. But I'm looking under here, and there ain't nothing under here. Let me just go and get a torch. Hang on. Right. Oh man, that really frustrates me when people don't paint things properly. Anyway, there's nothing. Oh, let's come away from the wall. It's a shame. There isn't any. That's a bit of a worry that that's come away from the wall there. But there's no nipples or valves or anything under here. There's some water pipes. There's some water pipes that have got tape around them, which is a little bit of a worry. Oh, hello. Oh. I thought we had a leak then. It's raining as we speak. I thought we had a leak then, but it's not. It's coming out of that hose pipe. Alright, so I've looked under there. I've also looked, where was it? Under here. I thought they might have put it under here, but there's nothing under here either. Just a gas pipe and a water pipe. So where on earth? That's just a grill. Nothing in there, that's a grill. Where on earth these people have put these pipes, I ain't got a clue. That's your stopcock valve for the boiler. Bloody hell, where are they then? There's meant to be, I think the people who put the flooring in, they put the flooring over, I think there's meant to be like a hatch you open up to get to the fresh water tank and all that stuff. I reckon what they've done is they might have tiled over the hatch, and I reckon the gauge and the nipple might be underneath the hatch. So I'm going to have to try and do some research to find where the hatch is and take some of these tiles up, because these are just tiles. These are tiles stuck down. Take these up, might better open up the hatch, and then maybe the nipple and the gauge is under there. But I don't know, man. The rear wheels are about here somewhere. This is where the axle is, and the pipes come up, but I've looked all in here, unless it's covered up. Oh bloody hell. Zooming in, sorry. That's the water pump with the filter. Looks like there's a plug there. It might have had a bit of a leakage of water by the plug. That ain't good, is it? Battery charger. Nothing in this cupboard either. Well, nothing in that cupboard. Any other options underneath this seat? But I don't think there is. Let's have a look. Right, so the only other option that I can think of where they might be, unless it's under that, there's definitely a hatch here somewhere, is underneath this seat. And in here, that's the little blower for the central heating. And I can't see any nipples or gauges, any red airline pipes. I mean, I've been looking at people that install these. There's loads of videos of it on YouTube that install the airbags, and people put them in under the cabinets in little places that are easy to get to but out the way. And I've looked in all the cabinets, I've looked everywhere, and I can't find it. So I do think that the nipple to put the air in, and the gauge, if there is a gauge, some of them don't have a gauge, but some of them do by the looks of things. Some of them have literally just got a nipple with a little valve on, like a tyre one, and you put air in it and blow the airbags up, and you just have to sort of know the pressure with a pressure gauge or something. But the airbags, they're on the axles, and I think the axles are around here somewhere, and are either side, and you see the pipes come up, but I've looked everywhere now and I can't find them anywhere. If you've got any suggestions of places where the nipples might be, or if you know, actually, if you know where, I thought I see a crack in the door there. If you know where the little hatch on the floor is for the because I'm pretty sure there is supposed to be one. I found a screw. I'm pretty sure there is supposed to be a hatch. Most of them seem to have a hatch. I haven't come across any videos of Talbots with a hatch, but the Ford Transit campers and all the other ones, and all the newer ones as well as the older ones, they seem to have a hatch. So you open the door up and then you get like to the bottom, and you can get to the fresh water tank and all of that. I'm wondering if they put it in that door. So if let's just say the door was here, you lift it up and then there's your fresh water tank, but also there's the gauge with the nipple on it. I'm wondering if that's what they've done, but I don't know where it is. If I can't find any information on where it is, what I'll have to do is I'll just have to sort of guess and just start ripping tiles up around the whole floor and find the hatch. But I need to find it to pump the airbags up because the suspension's sagging. So yeah, I wonder how the temperature's going. I've left it running. Oh, she's getting hot. She's getting hot, look. I don't know when the fan's going to kick in. The fan used to kick in at 90. But now it's just keeping going up. The fan don't kick in no more. Never mind. I'll have to turn her off. I'll have to turn her off, you lot. Alright, you lot, how you doing? Right. Today's been one of those days. I'm sure some of you lot can relate. For just as a start, for an example, right? I've already filmed this part. I've already stood here for 5 minutes talking to you lot, and I didn't even have the bloody camera turned on, right? So, you know, everything today's just gone a bit dicky, gone a bit wrong, which is why you've had a bit of a topsy-turvy video. As you probably saw, I took the sump plug out to drain off that oil so that I could put so I could change the washers on the plug. I put two on in the end, because what happened was, I took the plug out, cleaned it, put a new washer on it, a new copper washer, put that on, done it up. Well, I dropped everything and it wouldn't go back in, would it? It wouldn't go in. I dropped it all in the oil to get it out. And it wouldn't go back in, the thread wouldn't start. Anyway, eventually I managed to get it do that. I done it up, started putting oil in it, and then it's leaking again, when it's pissing out like a tap. So what happened was, I then took that plug out again. I put two washers on this time, two of them, yeah? And some of you don't double up, I know that, and I graunched it tight. Don't graunch some plugs up tight ever, because if you strip them out, they're a pain in the arse. I've done it before in the past. You have to try and re-tap it, and because the metal's so thin, it's difficult. It's never the same again. You're always worried about stripping it again, and you end up to get a new sump, put a new sump on. I don't want to be doing it with this one. So what happened was, I put two washers on, done it up, graunched it up, a bit tight, and at the moment, fingers crossed, touch wood, it ain't leaking. I've run it up. I've got a bit of trouble with it at the minute. The fan ain't kicking in. It gets hot. The fan don't kick in. But I'll sort that for another day. If any of you lot know, actually, a twin fan setup for those Talbots, or a single fan that's really good, I'll just buy two of them and I'll stick them next to each other, and I'll wire them up with a new switch and everything, so they'll kick in on the switch as they're supposed to, because that's important. Now, some people are just like, oh, I'll be alright, but you don't want to be stuck in traffic in the summer, turning your engine off and then starting it up again just to move along a couple of feet, and then turning it off because you don't want your engine to overheat. That's not good. That's not right. So I want the cooling system, because it's very important, the cooling system. I want that to work as it's supposed to, with the fans to kick in when they're supposed to kick in, to keep the engine nice and cool in traffic and things like that. But anyway, yeah, if any of you know of a good fan setup for those, specifically made for those, so I can just buy it and it will fit on the radiator and it will just slot in place, bolt in place, and I can do it up, let me know. If not, I'll have to make my own little setup with a couple of single fans. I know the diesels have a twin fan. I wonder if that would fit on the radiator and I could just wire them up. I don't know. I'll have to find out. But yeah, anyway, a bit of a topsy-turvy day. Everything's gone wrong. I stood bottles of oil up and they've fallen over and spilt everywhere. One of them things. I'm sure some of you lot can relate to that. But there you go. Check this out, you lot. This is the 85mm engine mount that I originally bought, and it's got captive bolts on it, right? So yesterday, when I was putting it on, I took this one off, put the 70mm one on, put the bolt through, and I was like, where's the bloody nuts? There's no captive nuts on the 70mm one. That's something to bear in mind, you lot. If you're going to buy the 70mm one, there's no captive nuts on the 70mm engine mount. Only the 85 one seems to have captive nuts. So I had to go and get some nuts for it. But anyway, nice one, you lot. Right, been a bit of a topsy-turvy day. I'm going to go and pour the rest of the oil away that I've got in a pan, and I'm going to pack my tools up, and I'm going to go indoors and spend time with the family, because I was only meant to be out there for 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to drop some oil. It's taken me 3 hours, literally 3 hours, to drop some oil, because everything just kept going wrong. It's one of them things, isn't it, eh? Oh, man, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'll catch you later on, you lot. Sorry for the topsy-turvy video, but I mean, sure, you don't really care. You probably clicked off it by now. I would have done. No, I probably wouldn't have done. But anyway, see you later on. I'm absolutely starving. I'm going to get some food. See you later.